Welcome to Wiki Bros. I'm Justin,
This is Kyle.
and this is a show with a couple of guys exploring various Wikipedia articles, except for not really today.
I mean, maybe we'll look something up just so we can qualify it, but we're gonna check out some news events. I think today.
Yeah, so
It's a crazy time of year. Elections going on. What was it? The
And-
crazy Powerball.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's news, but
Well, you know what? The Powerball kind of ticked me off because I was trying to watch it live.
you were watching the Powerball live, like the
Yes.
drawing.
Yes,
Why?
because I
Are you one of those people that's
I
like
had
sitting there
this-
with your
I had-
card?
I
signing
had this
off on it?
feeling. There's this $17 million island that I've been eyeing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, only 17 million if
Yeah.
you won like 1.9 million or billion
1.9
rather.
billion. Well, okay.
What was the payout on that?
I'm not sure on that, but when it was 1.6 billion, it was if you did the lump sum,
Okay.
basically you went down by half. Right?
That's disgusting. That's
off the
so
bat,
disgusting.
You're like down by half, and then you got like 24% federal withholding tax,
Right.
and then you got to pay your state tax.
Yep.
And then at your regular tax time, you've got to pay taxes on that entire income as well. So by the time it was said and done, your 1.6 billion came out to like 480 million.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just it's just a disgusting tax
But
racket.
if you did the annuity, the way that works out, you get spread out over 30 years, and you get an initial payment, and then you get one payment a year. After that for the next.
How much is the
29
initial
years.
payment?
17 million, and it goes up by 5% every year. So by
So
the
you
time
get 17 million a year.
no, well, that's your first year. By the time you're getting your last payment was like 70 million, right? So, and
I mean, there's two sides of that. Okay, it's like if even though you're losing that much money on the initial lump sum, if you put that into investments, if you put that into your own like annuity, or say you do real estate, like you could.
so
I've seen the calculations on that's why
here's-
everybody takes the payout.
I get it, and it's probably it's the same way as how you shouldn't overpay your taxes,
Right.
so that you get a return. You should, because why are you going to let the government, get all the interest on your money? You should get the interest on your money yourself.
All right.
Okay, no, I'm like, I want that tax refund. Okay,
But just like anything else though, that comes down to money management. Like
Well,
you see the and I'm the same way. Like I do take the refund, but then when I get the refund, I usually use it to pay something off,
Yes,
or I
and
use
that's
it, or
what I do too.
or in that case. Now, if I had it during the year,
you would buy more pizza, and
maybe I mean,
you're like, oh, I need this new gun, so I
You could
buy a new
automatically
gun.
have it withdrawn from your account, and put towards investments and stuff. But like, it's amazing how many of these people you see win these gigantic lotteries, and within
And-
like a few years, it's like they're broke, and
and
they have no
that's
money
why-
management skills.
and
So the
I'm
payoff
afraid-
wouldn't, or the annuity payments wouldn't be that bad of a deal for somebody like that.
It wouldn't be a bad deal for me because I'm afraid I would have to. I mean, how hard would it be to turn somebody down that needed some money when you've got unlimited money?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So, and you're, here comes, your great Aunt Helen, and she's like, oh,
Okay, but you could also potentially do it this way. Okay, so you take your 500 million. Okay, you say you keep $1 million or $2 million or even $5 million for yourself. So you put the 495 million into some type of investment account, and then they just withdraw and live off your interest every year, which would be millions in itself. And then you would have like that would be going forward because you would never touch that money. So your kids' kids could have that money.
Sure.
Because
Or-
with the payout, the issue with the payout problem is if you pass away,
no, your kids get it.
do your kids get it?
Yes.
Does it roll to them?
Yes.
Okay.
It goes to them. The payments continue until the 30 years is up.
So it'll just go to whoever's in
It'll
your
go-
family.
Yep, it'll go to your heirs. Yeah, that's
What if you don't have any heirs?
Well, you would have to set up some sort of trust for it to go somewhere.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But-
Not as bad then. I mean, either way,
Yeah,
you get
I
the
know,
money.
it's kind of like a big misunderstanding
So-
that like the government keeps your money or something.
So how much, so they're paying the 17 million. So how much less do you get?
so on the 1.6 billion,
Right.
by the time it was said and done, you would have netted 1.1 billion.
Oh, that's a way better deal then.
Yes, much better.
I mean, you're already starting out with $17
And
million a
you
year. Like,
can't
how much
screw
more
your-
money do you
no
need?
matter how bad you screw up in life, next year you've got another millions
Right.
coming. So
say you blow 16.9 million the first year, and you're like struggling that last month, and you're like, I only got $100,000 this year.
yeah,
It's like you immediately roll over from 17 million
Bam.
again. I mean,
Well, more.
maybe after 5
20
years,
million.
you'd finally start getting better at managing your damn money.
right. Yeah, so I'm all about it.
But-
I think
but-
if it was like 200 million, I'm like, yeah, give me the cash, because I want my island now.
I mean, I guess that could play a part. If it's, say, you win 200 million, they're only going to pay you like $2 million a year for
Only
30
2
years.
million.
Oh yeah, I know. We scoff at that now, but I mean, in those cases, I might actually take the money and invest it. But I like to do a lot in the real estate and stuff like that too. But this just goes to show you, it's like, we discussed a lot of those people that are blowing $300 million in 5 years and are just flat out broke. It's like there needs to be some type of adjustment in the teachings that people are getting growing up, even in high school, let alone the fact that it's your parents.
but
but like there
no
needs to
matter-
be some actual money management skills
It
created with
doesn't
people.
matter. No matter what kind of skills you've been given, when you've got that kind of money dropped into your lap, all of a sudden, all of those skills go out the window.
Oh, that's true. First
buying
thing you
everything.
do, the first thing you do if you won the lottery, you go get you a really good lawyer and a really good money management guy, and get you an accountant, and
What-
let them
What's the first thing you're buying?
buying
Yes. Like, what are you splurging on?
right now.
I mean, if you say you got $17 million dropped in your lap yesterday.
See, my head goes different places. Like, I always immediately think of investments, but that's just because
Oh,
I like it.
boring.
But okay. So if you want just shit, I want to buy. I mean, everybody goes the new car route.
What car are you getting?
I don't need anything crazy. I would get me a nice truck just because I use it for business purposes for hauling. But it's just nice to have a nice truck. I like.
No,
nice,
I mean I agree that I would get a new.
I would have
truck myself.
I would have like a 2022, souped
like
up.
a Super Duty. And,
Oh yeah, it'd be like $100,000 truck. I mean, just because I could, but the hauling purposes, and the shit. I don't know. I get me some really nice car.
That's good. I'm glad you've thought this out.
I mean, I don't think about
I don't
the
think-
vehicles. I would just go. I take it back. The very first thing I would do
Two
is
chicks at the same time.
no, that's. See, I think that the women would be something I would not want to mess with at that point in time,
Oh.
because it'd just be coming for your money at that point.
Yeah.
Just terrible idea. No, I would go and pay off my parents, whatever debt my parents had. Absolutely first. That'd be the first thing I did. And then, whatever else I need to pay off first, and then, yeah, I'd probably just go buy me a place. Maybe not an island.
Dude, you're getting $1 billion. Okay, over the next 30 years.
But I don't want to be one of those people.
can
I don't
we
want to be. I don't want to be
splurge?
those guys. But I'm gonna go buy like the city of Champaign, Illinois.
Dude, I am buying Perrysville.
You probably could with that kind of money.
I would, and I'm renaming it Bushville.
In Bushville.
Yep.
Okay. If we're gonna talk elaborate expenses,
That's what you do with
okay.
elaborate money.
I'm gonna need like either a helicopter or an airplane,
Okay.
so I don't have to freaking fly on,
Commercial?
commercial airlines anymore. No, we're talking like G5s here. Okay, we're talking like millions.
All right.
We're gonna go in style. If you're gonna talk about getting some, that way we can travel wherever we want to. I mean, the island thing's not a bad idea.
It's not, because I tell you why. It's $17 million for the island I'm looking at.
Right.
Keep your grubby paws off of it. But
I mean, hey, bidding war now.
it's
What if I offer over asking price?
it comes with diesel generators for your electricity.
How far off the
It's-
mainland is this?
I'm really not sure exactly how far it is, but it is far enough away that there was. I don't believe there was any lines ran to it for internet access or anything like that.
Okay.
But I don't care because
you have to have internet though.
No, not there. I don't. That's my non-hurricane season home, and I don't need internet then.
Maybe you could hop on Elon Musk's
His
satellite
Starlink
internet.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hop on that.
dude. I can do whatever I want. I'm a millionaire.
You're getting that kind of money. Getting close to the billion. If you get to the billionaire mark, maybe Elon would talk to you.
I don't care if Elon talks to me. I just want his satellite internet.
I mean, he is going to like space and stuff.
Dude, how about him firing all those people?
Oh man, there's so much going on with him right now. So he bought Twitter finally after all that back and forth, and then laid off like all the upper management.
I think he laid off like 50% of the workforce.
Yeah, it was something
like
crazy. They were already changing the algorithms on things and doing fact checks, which I think actually is a decent thing to do.
Sure.
But man, have you seen some of the other stuff that he's into?
What do you mean?
Okay, well, everybody knows about the Tesla's car. I'm not talking like him personally. What he does in his personal life, I don't even want to go there.
Yeah, he's kind of a weird guy.
He is a weird guy. He had like that one lady that he married. She's a little odd. And I mean,
Hasn't he been married like 4 times?
Yeah, he was even like, there's some crazy. I hate to bring her name back up into the media, but like Amber Heard and him dated for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And
I think he banned her from Twitter.
Oh, that's hilarious. Have you heard the insane thing going around with him?
I don't know.
There was something I need to verify if this is actually true, or if this was just some like YouTube rumor that was going around. But it was like saying that they had like embryos frozen, and she was trying to sue him for
Makes sense.
for embryos for like millions. I don't know, some crazy drama between the two of them. Yeah. But anyway, back to his actual business workings that matter, and not Amber Heard. He just rolled out the Tesla trucks. They're like the semis that they're producing.
Yeah. I've seen them before.
Now the cool thing about those that I thought, and it is pretty genius, is they'll do the 400 miles, which that can turn into an issue with semis, which I'll get to that in a second. But what I found really neat that they engineered into the trucks were that each wheel they don't have brakes. Yep. And it actually uses a generator on each wheel to slow the vehicle down, and then that powers back to the battery. But I was talking with my dad about this the other day, and he was, my dad's, in his 80s, and he's all skeptical about all these electrical cars, and they're not going to be able to make them go that far. And then he switches over to they need to slap solar panels on the top of the vehicles, which, if you look at it from a semi perspective, isn't a bad idea. Yeah. If you can make the exterior of a semi made out of the solar panel materials,
like the trailer and stuff.
Yeah, and then you have that charging while it's there, and on the front of the trailers, you reserve a section to be like a battery charge station, and then when you dock the truck, it automatically feeds power to the semis. I think you could have those things running nonstop. So
yeah.
I mean, I think it's the way to go if they want to reduce gas prices with all the transportation.
Right.
I mean, with the car, it'd be kind of hard to do, right? Like you're gonna have limited space for solar panels and battery hookups, but like a semi, like it's giving you the extra space and the flat space you would need to hook up solar panels.
Right.
Yep. So hopefully that's the way they're gonna go with that.
Yes.
You're so skeptical about
I'm just saying.
electric.
I've seen it. It seems like it'd be a good idea, I guess, but I don't think you're gonna produce enough energy to keep going.
No. I'm not saying keep going. The energy, it's for the trailers when they're stopped. So when the trailer's parked, okay, they hook a trailer up. The trucks themselves have to be charged too. But when
the trailer shouldn't have to be charged.
No. This is my point. Okay. The trailers can be used like a battery. So they have the solar panels on the trailers while they're sitting.
No, I get what you're saying, but why would it just be a thing for when you're sitting? Why wouldn't it just be constantly fed through to feed you continuous energy as you're going down the road?
Possibly. I mean, it would depend on how quickly the solar energy gets transferred. And like you said, and so like, what if you're driving through like a cloudy area and you're not getting any solar?
Right. No, I'm just saying to re-energize as you're
No, I don't think that's a bad idea either. Just keep feeding the power through. But while they're sitting,
You know what? He needs to hire us.
I agree. Elon, come. We have good ideas. We have good ideas.
Yeah. Damn it. So anyway, he fired like half the staff of Twitter, and
what was his reasoning? I know how to do it.
Well, they were losing $4 million a day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, $4 million a day, losing that money. What the?
Yeah, okay.
I don't know how it
You guys
makes
that need
money.
your bonuses
I
this
really
year for
don't
sure.
understand how it makes money anyway. I'm not a Twitter guy, so I really don't know. But there's not really ads on there, is there?
I mean, I don't have Twitter. It's something I've really never used. I would assume there has to be some type of advertisements on there.
But then he did this whole thing with the blue check mark. Did you see this?
No.
That's fucking great.
What is it? A blue check mark?
So you know how they have like the verified users,
Yeah.
and they slap these blue check marks on all these celebrities and shit like that.
Right.
Well, he made it so you have to pay for that blue check mark, like $8 a month or something silly. And but the way it sounded like they were making it so anybody could get that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of like identification verification deal, they got going on. Like you got to send a picture of yourself and a picture of your license or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Some way of verifying that you are who you say you are. And then anybody can get the blue check mark, right? So then that's going to make all these, elitists up there feel like they're nothing, and they're not going to pay for it. They're going to leave Twitter, I'm sure, because they don't have any clout then if they're just because they have a blue check mark next to their name. But then that AOC got in a little war with him. Fuck, man. Because she was like talking about how a billionaire, needs $8 to for the blue check mark, basically saying he's a piece of shit. And he responds to her tweet something like I appreciate your input. Now pay me my $8. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
you can say what you want about that guy, but like he doesn't take shit from anybody, like at all. I mean, I've heard him go off on the government, on the SEC about how like dirty some of the regulations are
Right.
and things that they've done business wise with him. And man, he does not care. Like
I mean, that's because he's got all that money.
he's got the FU money, right?
Yep.
I mean, you get that, you can do what you want.
Yep. So I thought that was kind of funny.
What was the other thing? He came out with get on. We'll tie this in with Wikipedia. Get on Wikipedia and look up his the androids that they just came out with. They have a name for them too, but they're basically coming out with like a robot.
Yeah, I've seen that, and
They're trying to get it for like.
Dude, I saw the video of this robot, and it's fucking retarded. Like, it's really bad.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, what robot's been good so far?
Like, it couldn't even walk. Like, they were unveiling this thing at a major event. I don't know if they were just they had time constraints and they had to unveil it then, but they shouldn't have, because they had to like have a team of people like pick this damn thing up and haul it out there and set it down.
Kind of defeats the purpose of the robot,
Yeah,
right?
they're like, oh, any day now we'll have its legs working.
Any day.
What am I searching for? Elon's
Yeah, look
robot?
up like Tesla robot or Tesla Android or something like that and see what it pulls up.
Okay.
I'm curious what their functionality of this is supposed to be.
Nah, I'm not seeing anything there.
Now check Yahoo or Google.
Well, check Yahoo. Listen to you. Nobody uses Yahoo.
Nobody.
Kyle. This isn't 1998.
Sorry, my work default page they have set up as Yahoo for some reason.
Gosh.
I do all my searches through Google though. Sorry, Yahoo. I'll read your news sometimes if you quit posting stuff about Kim Kardashian every day.
It's horrible. I hate
It's like half of the damn newsreel is stuff like that.
Yeah, so this it's a Tesla bot,
Tesla bot. Okay,
I guess.
oh, they had like a different name for it.
I don't know. But it was stupid. It was so stupid.
Well, that's just disappointing.
But I've seen the other videos that I don't know who makes them, but there's some, humanoid type robot out there that, it's got the face.
Oh,
and it
yeah, I've
blinks
seen
and
those.
everything. It's kind of neat.
What do they have to give them faces? Like, just make it look like a robot. It's creepy when it's a face.
I want it to look like a face.
Why?
I don't know. Just because.
This is weird.
Yeah.
I don't want it to look like me.
And no, I want it to look like, I don't know, my maid.
Your maid.
Yeah. I'm going to have a maid with my $17 million. Nah, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything on it, dude. This is like talking about the stuff in the Tesla car.
Yeah, we'll have to. There's a specialty name that they had for it. Like they actually had like a project name for it, and the reason that they rolled
Oh,
that
was it
out.
Optimus was the name of it?
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
That's it. Which is hilarious. Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you want to know about it?
I'm just curious, like, because I feel like they just unveiled it again, like a new prototype. Did you watch the newest video?
Yes, that's what I watched.
This was the newest one. Okay,
That was horrible.
so some of these rollouts that they do is like they're not producing it. It's just they're trying to like gain support for the project to see if they're
Here, this is the title of this first one I clicked on.
okay.
For better or worse, Tesla Bot is exactly what we expected.
Terrible.
Tesla fails to show anything uniquely impressive with its new humanoid robot prototype. Yeah, it was shit.
That's funny.
I mean, nothing. Like nothing more than what your what's the damn little Amazon things, the Echoes or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Alexa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that could do as much
Well, like
as this thing.
I feel like they're getting really far with the actual AI side of things, but like their actual robotics on everything is still terrible.
I feel like that is exactly why he bought Twitter.
Oh.
I think it's so he has all of that information that he can utilize for his AI.
That's very possible. I mean, I think there's definitely going to be some implications with the AI side of things sooner than there are with the full robotic side that will have to be addressed because
it's weird because he's like scared to death of AI like taking over the world.
Well, I mean,
and then he's like doing
he's building it, right? Like maybe it makes him feel better that he feels like he's in control of it. Like he's seen Terminator a few too many times, and he's like, if this is gonna go down, I'm gonna be in control.
It's really weird. I thought maybe we would make it through an episode without you bringing up a movie, but I guess not.
No, it will happen every time. And now, just because you said that, I'm gonna make sure that it happens every time.
Yeah. So how about that? Did you hear about this python that ate an alligator?
What?
18-foot python.
Okay, was it like a baby alligator?
Dude, I don't know. I just saw the headline on it.
I mean, you got to put it in perspective here. Like, I'm not very impressed if it's a baby, but if it's like a full-grown alligator, that's kind of cool.
Oh, it says it said neither the alligator or the python came out alive.
So it ate him, but then died because it ate it.
Yeah.
Or did it like how does that work?
Yeah, let's see. It says it was a Burmese python. This python was euthanized by those who found it and turned over to research
Well,
lab.
Then he didn't get killed by the alligator.
No
he
shit.
kicked the alligator's ass, did all that work, and then they killed it.
Came in and fucking killed him. That's bullshit.
Man, I mean,
I was hoping the alligator ate him from the inside,
right?
out.
Or at least did enough damage that he died after the fact.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Fuck, dude, I can't find anything.
No video? You get the video?
Can
we play the video?
I don't know. You can't play it on here.
Is that the pic? There's only like one crappy picture. That's all we got.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just making this up.
Yeah, they might be. Who knows? Let's see. There's another one. Could a python eat a human?
No. Well, if it can eat an alligator, it definitely can eat a human.
Oh shit. People
aren't going to put up nearly the fight that an alligator will.
I would.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
Are you now? When it bites your face?
Dude, I don't care. When I'm inside of it, I'm stabbing the shit out of him. I'm putting some 45s through him.
Now we're acting like you have weapons.
Oh, sorry, I don't have weapons.
No, I mean the alligator didn't have any weapons, so I'm just saying, like, if the alligator had like a 45, I'm pretty sure he could have won the fight too.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm not comparing myself to the alligator. I'm just saying I'm not going down without a fight. Fuck that python.
No, we're talking hand-to-hand combat here, okay? The alligator fought his fight. You're going in there trying to use weapons against this guy. That's not fair.
The alligator has massive teeth.
Listen, that's what God gave him, okay? God
gave me a 45. Bam.
I don't think.
Yep.
I don't think he did.
Yes, he did. So, dude, I don't know. I can't find anything on that. Maybe somebody else knows. If this is a baby, it's had to have been a small alligator. There's no way it's eating
Go to YouTube. I'm sure it's on there. Although by the time you look it up,
it's ridiculous.
Hey! While you're looking for things, let's reference your awesome shirt you got here.
Oh,
Justin was quoted one on an earlier podcast as dropping a ton of f bombs.
Yeah.
So his brother made him this
Yeah, they're F bombs.
f bomb shirt here. What kind of plane is that?
I don't know.
B-2 bomber.
Fuck, I don't know. What do I
You're supposed to be a history guy, Justin. Damn it.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to answer questions like that. You're supposed to be able to tell me exactly what type of plane it is, from what year, and which war that it was used in.
Hey, what do you think? Who do you think's gonna end up coming out ahead in this election? I just saw it on my screen again.
Man, I know it's literally like all the news.
I mean,
Everybody was expecting the Republicans to come in and just take over.
Yeah, initially that was the thought, and then they thought, well, for sure, no matter what, they've got the House.
Right.
Senate is, iffy. But dude, so what I'm seeing right now is they're showing Senate's 48-48 and House is 191 to 210 for the GOP.
So definitely a lot closer than they anticipated.
Yeah, oh yeah, much closer. Dude, I can't believe though. I can't fucking believe that this Fetterman won. You know what I'm talking about? The Pennsylvania guy that had the stroke?
Oh, yeah.
He acts just like Biden
right
now. I'm not his own fault. It's not Biden's fault necessarily he acts like Biden either. It's just Biden's old as fuck. And this guy's had a stroke.
I mean, sometimes people need to know when to retire.
Dude, you're going for a position where you need to be able to think and you need to be able to communicate.
It is... Okay, I don't want to get off the subject with your guy, but like, it is concerning the amount of things that people have found on Biden in the last couple of years that he has done and said and like done it. Like, it's just very awkward mannerisms. Like, you can tell that the man is showing his signs of it.
Little kids.
No, not even that. Like, I've seen things where him sniffing people. I'm just saying, like, he's doing these speeches and he goes on like he'll like
where he talks about Corn Pop being a bad dude.
He'll go on rants about things that have nothing to do with what he's talking about, or he like loses his place. Yeah. That one time he like read the prompter, and the prompter was like, read it twice. And he like read it twice.
God, he's an idiot.
He goes like shake people's hands and then forgets he's like shook their hand already, so he's like sticking his hand back out again.
Yeah, he's an idiot. And
well, I think he's legit. I think he's just legit getting borderline senile, like for his age.
He's too old to be doing this.
He probably is.
You know what? And shame on his fucking wife for letting him think that he should do this.
Well, I'm sure he's got. I mean,
she should have fought back at him.
Massive support, I'm sure, from the Democratic Party. But
but his wife should have fucking said, "Dude, they're like, I love you, babe. Whatever. You're not running for president because you're too old for this."
Well, I mean, let's be honest here, okay? They put age caps on when you can run for president. Why don't they have an age cap for when you?
About the young, how old you have to be?
Yes. What is it, like 40?
Well, it's let's see, 35 is how old you have to be.
Okay, so why don't they have a cap on how old you can be before you can't?
I say because some people that are that old are completely clear-minded and can do a perfect job, and it should be up to the people who are voting to decide if you're a complete fucking moron or not. Well, apparently the people voting are complete fucking morons.
Well, and don't get me wrong, like I'm not I'm kind of somewhere in the middle with the political parties. You know, I'm not like a strong Republican or a strong Democrat. Like I do kind of sit in the middle of some of these issues.
I used to sit in the middle. On some issues, right?
Right.
And then the left went fucking out off the deep end.
They really have. They really have gone crazy.
Now I'm no longer in the middle because for me to be in the middle would be like me being on the far left.
So like maybe veering right, but not full right.
I say that anymore, I pretty much consider myself a conservative libertarian.
Okay. I can understand that.
don't want the government fucking with anything of mine.
Yeah, because nothing they mess with ever goes well.
I mean,
let's be honest.
As little as possible do I want the government involved in anything in my life.
Right.
So,
but okay. So anyway, back to the Biden situation.
Yes, he's too old to be doing this.
Well, here's the thing: if they are not going to put age caps on things due to like the statement that you made about maybe they are fully coherent at that age, then they need to have, just like anything else, yearly evaluations on their mental clarity. because
I'm sure they have yearly evaluations, but that's not gonna. You can't change the Constitution, right? You can't say, "Oh well, yeah, now he failed his test, so he has to come out, and we have to elect somebody else."
oh really?
They can.
Because I can
They
name
can. They can.
several jobs right now that if you don't pass a certain type of medical
Okay,
exam, a
but
certain type of mental exam.
But are these constitutional jobs, or is this like your local accountant?
I'm
down the
sorry,
street?
like I feel like it's even more important for a job for a
Well,
constitutional job like this to
so
make sure that
then
they're
they can invoke the 25th Amendment, and they can, they can get him out like that, but they can't just say, "Oh, you failed this test and you're no longer in." The problem is that people should have seen that. People
Yeah.
did see it. They fucking ignored it.
Yep.
He should have never gotten elected in the first place.
Well, I mean, they
But
even,
it was we hate Trump.
yeah.
And people are still like that. And honestly, hey, if that's your position, that's your position. Cool. But this guy he has no business fucking doing this. He has no
Doesn't that
business at
seem
all.
to be how it's sad to say this anymore? Doesn't that seem to be how so many of the elections for the last like 20 years have been decided? It's not that, hey, this guy's a good candidate. It's the other person sucks more, so we're going to vote the other way.
It sure seems like anymore politics has been ingrained in everything.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
In the past, 20 years, maybe?
And I'm
15
just
years?
like so disappointed with like
It's-
just the way people act anymore.
Well, that's the thing they have to bring politics. Dude, I'm on TikTok all the time because it's fun.
Right.
It doesn't, man, you go to the comments and it doesn't matter whatever video you're on, somebody will tie this to
To
Biden
upload.
being a piece of shit or Trump tards or whatever.
God.
Speaking of Trump, I think this dude's going to announce soon that he's going to run for
Oh, I'm
re-election,
sure he's
I
going to
think.
try. I'm sure he's
I
going
think
to try.
he should stay out of it. I wholeheartedly believe that because I think what's going to happen is DeSantis would run, but if Trump announces he's running, DeSantis isn't going to run,
You're right.
right? But DeSantis, while there are a lot of people that don't agree with him, well, it's because half the country is left leaning, half the country's right leaning,
Right.
right? So you're not going to agree with him on a lot of stuff. Sure, I get that, but I think more than half of the country hates Trump. It's not that they disagree
Right.
with him; they hate him.
So they're like, well, and just like we said, like they were literally voting Democratic for Biden because of their hatred for Trump. Now, I understand. Okay, I think some of Trump's policies that he had in office were excellent as far as financials goes.
I
I
agree
think he was a very good
He did well for our
economy.
yes,
He was very, very good at what he's good at and that is being in business.
but he's also like a crybaby about shit.
I'm sorry. First off, you should not let that man post his own social media
No.
ever.
No.
I don't know why they allowed him to do that to begin with.
No.
That is literally where like 90% of his bad press came from.
Yes.
His brash comments sometimes were too much.
I mean, funny, right? They're
Oh,
funny.
it's funny to
but
laugh
the-
about, but then
the
it's like, okay, it's also
leader of
embarrassing.
The leader of the country shouldn't be talking like this.
No. Like there's a level of discretion you have to put off in that position, and it just was not upheld
Yeah.
by him.
Now, what he says when he's not in front of a camera, I mean, all of these politicians are like that.
right.
But that's fine. Save it for when you're off.
But
the
he did it
camera.
in front of the
He
camera,
didn't
which
give-
is the
He
problem.
would call the cameras to him. to
Right,
say it.
right. I mean,
So it did provide for a good laugh, but it's understandable why so many people absolutely hate him.
well, and then so much of his public life was brought out to,
Of his private life.
sorry, yeah. So much of his private life was brought public. And I've never seen a president get so attacked on that front since Bill Clinton. Not since like Bill Clinton had
I
his
don't
whole debacle. Like
Yeah.
it was like it became like, and like I said, I'm not defending Trump. It became a witch hunt at that point to anything they could have to come out because we're in cancel culture times right now. So it's like the second somebody doesn't like something, it's whatever you can dig up. And since he never shut his mouth, there was a ton that they could be brought up against him.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess. I think, though, he should just let it go. I mean, he's old as fuck too, right?
Right.
What is he, like 74?
Is he that old? Yeah, that
he's
sounds
in
about
his
right. He's in his
70s for
70s,
sure.
like early
So-
70s.
So, anyway, I think he should I mean, why would you want to go through it? Honestly, why would you want to go through that again? But I think he should just stand down, let DeSantis take the lead as being the front runner for the GOP,
Right.
and just stay out of it, man. Or have your damn news show and be a political correspondent.
He was talking there for a while about doing his own channel. I don't know why he doesn't. If he wants to go through with that, whatever. But like I agree. I think it would benefit the Republican Party in this situation too.
Yep.
And I know there are a lot of the Republicans that really lean strong right are pro-Trump and they want him to run again. But like I think, like you stated, those aren't the people that aren't going to vote Republican, right? It's the people that are kind of in that middle ground that are like, we don't like Trump, so we're going to vote Democratic because of it.
Right.
And they're going to lose those votes because of the situation. So if they really do want to swing Republican.
It does kind of seem like people are looking more for a third party candidate, but people are also afraid.
Well, if you don't vote,
because that pissed me off so bad. not this election, but the last election here in Indiana, because we had Rainwater running,
right?
And man, I thought we were going to elect a libertarian, and man, when it came down to it,
when's the last time one was elected?
I don't know.
But
in the country or in the state? In the country,
say in the country.
It's not been that long.
Really?
Somebody's gotten elected. But there's, they're very few and far between.
Well, like you stated though, it's like it's that fear of wasting your vote on the third party versus trying to keep the party you don't like from winning, right? So then that's where that pulls.
And that's what sucks, because if everybody would just vote the way that for the candidate that they wanted, we wouldn't be stuck in a two-party system.
Well, I wish in general they would just disband the party system to begin with, and you have to come out and just state your views, and then did away with the party system that way. But that'll never get changed.
So it turns out that back to this Twitter layoffs, it says that they laid off 90% of the Indian workforce.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that was like 90 people.
Okay.
I'm like, the headline was a little
right. When you put it in perspective, I mean, that's still a lot of people percentage wise.
I know,
like,
but I was expected, still
9,000,
yeah, or something, and they're like, there's like 12 workers remain.
only 90. Okay.
So
that's interesting.
Yep, that's where that's at. But yeah, I can't believe though that they elected that Fetterman, man. Not that, I mean, it doesn't really affect me that much.
Oh wait. I have a really serious question to ask you.
Yes.
I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier.
I don't know.
Now that we've tied these together, it's very serious. So if you won $1.9 billion,
yeah,
would you run for political office?
No, fuck no.
Wait. But you could be president of your own island.
Well, I am the dictator of my own island.
There's no political parties there, huh?
No,
this isn't a democracy.
Yeah.
It's a dictatorship.
And really, my island is just for, me and my family. It's not that big. It's only 7. Well, I mean, people, yeah, sure, come out.
Okay.
Man.
I better get like a pass here. Can I be like
I'm just
vice
saying,
dictator or something?
I am not letting just random people come out and start up houses on my island. I mean, it's not that big of an island.
How big are we talking for a $17 million island?
Gosh, it's been a while. I don't really remember the exact square footage of this thing, but it was big enough, I believe, that I could have a landing strip put in.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's good because we're going to need a G5.
Yeah.
Why don't you just go buy Hawaii?
I think that would cost a little bit more than $17 million.
You got $1.9 billion.
Well, I don't really have $1.9 billion.
Okay.
Because I'm going to take the annuity, so I'm going to have $20 million. Well, but now I'm not, because somebody in California, imagine that.
Oh, yeah, California.
It's always, man. It seems like it. Am I wrong in this? When it gets massive like that, it's always Michigan or California wins it. Maybe a New York here and there.
Right.
But gosh, I mean, I get it. There's a shit ton of people in California, but And then they had that whole little debacle where it didn't air. Dude, I was like, what the shit is going on? I mean, honestly, like the largest jackpot in history, and they aren't drawing the numbers because of a technical. I'm like, what are they trying to do? This is what I said when I saw this. Oh, they're trying to figure out a way to get somebody in California to win this.
You said that. You actually said that out loud.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, don't you have a little
but
prophecy
it turns
there?
out, from what I've seen, is that this has happened quite a few times, actually. It's just most people don't pay attention. Right? I mean, that's the first time I've ever watched the drawing live. You know what I mean? So I'm sure there was a lot of other people. That's the first time they've ever watched it, too. So it's happened a few times. And in fact, I heard that it was an issue in Florida. I may be wrong, but that's what I heard, was that it was Florida that had the issue.
I don't even know why I buy Powerball tickets. I have never won anything on a lottery ticket in my entire life.
I won $4.
$4?
Yep. I won $4 the time before that.
My dad's always proud. He's like, I won $500 on this lottery ticket today. It's like, that's really good, Dad.
Yeah.
And then you look at his bank account, and he's spent like thousands of dollars on lottery tickets in the month.
Oh, yeah. That's horrible.
He just does those scratch offs.
Dude,
so.
I think you can buy lottery tickets with a credit card now, too.
What? Oh, that's a terrible idea.
Oh, I know.
They should not let that happen.
No. How many people are just in debt now trying to win this?
I remember years ago, people, like, when the Powerballs and stuff were getting high, they were like taking like HELOCs and stuff out of their home to get money to buy lottery tickets with. I remember reading articles about this. They were so into like trying to win the massive Powerball that they were just going crazy with it.
Dude, that's...
I can't imagine taking out like $100,000 loan just to buy lottery tickets with.
You know what I can't imagine?
What's that?
I can't imagine how Nancy Pelosi was reelected.
Yeah, there's not a lot of politicians I just like, but I don't like that lady.
Oh my!
She just just does not seem like a good person.
Fuck, man.
Some people that just give you that skin crawling feeling when you hear them talk.
Dude, I can't. But I guess people must really like her because I think she rocked out like 70% of the vote or something like that.
It's all about the locations, right? I mean, you look at something like Illinois. Like 90% of Illinois is Republican,
right.
But Chicago overpowers so heavily with their population in the city that it turns it Democratic. It's like you see all the states around that entire Midwest,
right.
It's all red. Everything's red. It's crazy.
Did we talk about how Chicago was originally not part of Illinois?
No, we didn't.
Did we talk about that?
Oh, this is some of your history knowledge coming out here. When did this happen?
When Illinois was trying to become a state.
So this was the deal. You guys have to take Chicago for us to.
They needed the population.
Oh, well,
there's population requirements for becoming a state.
Interesting.
And they needed it, and so they were given that to have the population to become a state, and otherwise Illinois would be pretty much Republican all the time.
Can we give Chicago back now?
Dude, all you've got to do is like cross the line. I don't know why you're still playing these games in Illinois.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm stuck in Illinois for the next few years.
Gosh dang.
I do miss Indiana.
Yeah. So anyway, that was kind of interesting. Let me see if I can find this. Chicago given to Illinois. You think I would produce anything?
Yeah, it should.
If I could spell Illinois.
You want to spell it for you?
No.
Just
Chicago
like
given to Illinois to become state. I don't know what the fuck I'm typing.
Are you looking at Wikipedia or on Google?
I'm just Googling this.
I'm disappointed. You should have looked it up on Wikipedia.
Well, you know what? The very first entry that comes up is from Wikipedia.
There you go. See? Had you went straight to Wikipedia, wouldn't have these problems.
And it doesn't tell me shit.
No. Hey,
Chicago is the largest city
about
in the
Wikipedia.
state capital. I'm not. I'm just saying it doesn't tell me what I want to know. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, that's the case. Is that Chicago wasn't originally part of Illinois, and then it was given that. And how about Michigan being fucking weird up there?
Why are they weird?
Well, I mean, with their like disconnect amongst their state.
I mean, nobody wants to go there. They got Detroit, so.
Dude, no, Michigan's beautiful though. Michigan is.
Hey, don't you
beautiful.
go? You go up to a beach up there, don't you?
Well, that's in Indiana, but it's at Lake Michigan.
Oh,
At
okay.
the Indiana Dunes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I hear people talk about that.
Dude, you still haven't gone? I thought you went this year.
No, never went.
Oh,
Never
dude,
went.
it's amazing.
I always hear people talk about
There's
how
no
pretty
reason
it
why
is.
you should not go there. No, it's amazing. I mean, I take the kids up there. We get a hotel, which we didn't do this year.
Right.
But generally, we get a hotel. Cost us, what, like $160 or something for the night.
Yeah.
And it's like being on the beach, but it took us, 2 hours to get there.
Is the water warm?
No, water's fucking cold.
Well, then why go
But
to
they're
the beach?
kids. They don't give a shit. And
I mean, the
I
water in
don't-
California is pretty chilly.
I
so.
don't care. I don't care so much. Like, obviously, I'd rather be in warm water, but I'm also cheap as fuck. So I will get in cold water. And Billy, she just hangs out on the beach all the time anyway.
Right.
So
What is it, like a 2-hour drive up there?
yeah, 2 hours.
I mean, hey, for a 2-hour
And for
beach trip,
it costs you like $5 to get into the park or something.
I mean, even from here, you could literally drive up, spend the day up there, and come back.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't want to stay.
And that's what, and in fact, that's what we were going. We were going to. I think the plan this year was we were going to go to Indiana Beach, and then we were going to leave there and go up to Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
And then get a hotel and come back. But we were taking another child with us this year,
Okay.
and plus my kids are getting bigger, so we were going to have to get 2 rooms for sure.
Right.
Right. And the hotel prices were astronomical, man. I'm like, is it because all of a sudden people are traveling again? They're trying to recoup money? I don't know, dude. It was
The prices have gone up
crazy.
everywhere.
It was crazy.
I mean, like, a few years back, $100 was like pretty standard for a hotel stay.
sure.
Like one night, like and that was the decent hotels. You're not talking like the Motel 6s,
No, yeah,
like
'cause
$40, $50
yeah,
a month.
so
Okay.
yep.
But like now, you're talking. I mean, the cheapest hotel I've been able to stay in here recently was like maybe, like you said, 150, 160, and then if you stay in like the nicer hotels, you're talking $200-$300.
Yeah.
It's gone crazy.
Yep. Yeah. So that's why we didn't do it, because it was actually going to cost us somewhere in the range of $700 for one night.
Just to stay.
Yeah, for a
Oh,
hotel
wow.
2 hotel rooms.
I mean, maybe you find an Airbnb, but even
Well,
they've gotten
okay.
expensive now.
So the problem with that, and I did, and I looked at that, and I found a pretty decent Airbnb, and I was like, oh, sweet. And then I looked at where it was actually at, and it was actually in Gary. And
Okay.
I was like,
Ooh, no thank you.
I don't know that I want to take my chance. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess my my sister-in-law went there. They got an Airbnb in Gary, said it was great, but I don't know.
Well, and even some of the Airbnbs, I've heard people complaining about them now that they're like charging these like outrageous cleaning fees at the end. So it's like you think you're getting a deal, and then they hit you with like a $200-$300 cleaning fee at the end of the
I've only done
charge.
Airbnb once, and I was absolutely thrilled with the experience.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was like an apartment,
Oh, that's not bad.
and so we went there. We went down to visit her grandma in Alabama, and we got this. It was a 3-bedroom apartment. But yeah, I mean, you had the living room, the kitchen, the 2 bathrooms. I mean, it was great, and it didn't cost us hardly a dime, man. It was wonderful.
So what do they do with all their clothes?
What do you mean?
Well, like so some people like buy the properties specifically to be rented out for Airbnbs, right?
Okay.
But can't they initially, like a lot of people use like their own residences as
Oh yeah.
Airbnb?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, do you have like designated storage when you go there?
Oh.
I've never rented from one that's actually had somebody living
I
there.
see what you're saying. Yeah, I assume so. I don't know. I haven't either, but I wouldn't want to do that.
No, I wouldn't either. Like, so, I mean, what do you do with your food? Like, it was like, I guess
Well,
you
I
eat
know a
what's in
lot
the
of these
fridge.
places, and they're these older people will like cook for you and all that stuff, and you'll sit down at the table and eat with them, and that might be neat. I don't think
good.
I would want to be in that position where I have to, talk
Yeah.
to people.
It's vacation. I
It
want.
could be fun though, because I'll tell you, we went to DC a few years back, and we got an Uber, and that's the first time I've ever used an Uber. And our Uber driver was some chick from. Man, I wish I could tell you. I believe it was one of the stands.
Okay.
God, I'm pretty sure it was
one of the stands.
You know, like Pakistan,
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, she came to the U.S. 7 years ago with nothing, absolutely nothing. She didn't speak English. She didn't know anybody here. She just came because she wanted the better life, and she did Uber to make money. She learned English. I mean, you could tell that she hadn't been speaking English her whole life. She was so good at it.
Wow.
You know? But I just thought, man, God, I mean, that's got to take some balls to just leave absolutely
up and move
everything
countries.
behind.
No support.
You know, yeah. I mean, going after a dream is what you're going after with nobody to fall back on.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like, dude, that's pretty
That's
fucking cool.
That's commitment at that
Yeah.
point. Like, there's no fail, right? So it's like, what would she have done had she got over
Yeah.
here and had no support?
Yep.
You know, be homeless on the streets because
and not speaking the language
Yeah.
too. That's crazy. So props to her. But anyway, it was really neat talking to her about this. So I think the same sort of thing. If you're in
Right.
Airbnb and you're talking to some, the people who own the house, hearing their story and stuff, that could be pretty neat. Or it could be weird as fuck.
Yeah,
The
it would
Uber-
definitely depend on the
the
people.
The Uber ride is, like 10 minutes and then I'm out. It's not all night long, and now people are like sharpening their axes while staring at me
Right.
as I sleep, So I don't know. But anyway, so I think we just wanted to, I don't know, have a random show because we were dealing with a lot here with the Powerball, the election, and honestly, we didn't have anything planned to talk about. So
I mean, hey, we looked up, attempted to look up some things on Wikipedia.
it's just been busy. It's been a busy time. A lot of work going on, so we haven't had a lot of time to devote to it here the past month or so. But we'll try and get a couple of them knocked out here in the next 2 days and put them up, and we'll actually have a topic to discuss.
We'll see if we can find something entertaining.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
but
hearing your Powerball dreams was pretty entertaining. So,
well, I mean, you've got to go after something besides, I'm going to invest my money. The fuck out of here.
that's just the business side of me. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, if I'd like a giant water slide and a bowling alley inside my
There
house.
you go. See, that's what I wanted to fucking hear. You're putting a giant water slide in your house.
Yeah, right. I want a water slide in my house.
Well, this savings account is 0.01%, so I'm going to take it out of there, and I'm going to go to this other one because it's 0.008%.
I would have a Chipotle installed inside my house.
Fuck.
You never had Chipotle?
Yes, but
Oh, it's amazing.
ugh,
I love Chipotle.
I don't know why you. No, I don't like it that much.
It's good.
It's okay. You know that little Mexican restaurant?
Which one?
You know what I'm talking about. Our little
Oh,
taco
yeah.
Cabillo. Yeah. That one, I'm buying it, and I'm making sure that they stay in business.
Oh, heck yeah. we turn them into like a franchise.
Yes. I don't know. Shit kind of goes downhill after you start franchising, I think.
Okay, we're gonna go the McDonald's route, and we're gonna buy the land that the franchises
There
are
you go.
on.
Anyway, so we'll get back to this again here in a few days. And remember to subscribe to our podcast. You can find it on about any platform that you get podcasts from. It's there.
Except for Twitter.
Spotify. No, podcast platforms, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can get us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, you name it, Google Podcasts, whatever. It's there. Check out the YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a rating. Tell a friend. And remember, Wikipedia runs on donations, so what, Kyle?
You wanna?
Would you consider giving them a couple of bucks? Yeah.
That's your line. That's your
Gosh,
line.
I know, but you act like you've never listened to this.
I really just tried to tune out your spiel at the end.
I get you. All right, for Wiki Bros, I'm Justin,
This is Kyle.
and we'll see you soon.